It's time to progressively warm up the
Everyone
body
can
with a
see it, everyone can
6-minute
hear it.
dynamic warm-up. We're going to have 6 warm-up exercises, each for 1 minute apiece. So we're going to start stationary with an alternating T-spine rotation. Feet are hip-width apart. You're going to hinge at your hips, keep your core tight, opening up one arm at a time, and you're going to follow your fingertips with your eyes. From there, we're going to come into an upright position for knees to elbows, fingertips by the ears, elbows nice and wide, but our core is tight and engaged, driving the knee up to meet the opposite elbow, slow and controlled. From there, we're going to take it to a standing star reach. So your arms are nice and wide and your feet are nice and wide. You're going to drive your hips back as you reach your fingertip over to the toes, again, keeping that core tight and your chest nice and tall. Progressing from here, we're going to take it to toy soldiers. So your arms are Frankenstein out and you're kicking your toes up towards your fingertips. You want to kick as high as you can without crunching forward. Stay nice and tall and upright. From there, even more dynamic, we're going to move into mimicking a jump rope. So you're light on your feet, you're alternating side to side, and you're bringing your arms into the equation. We're going to finish the warm-up with our most dynamic move yet, the power skip. So you're going to drive the knee and the opposite arm up as you explode off the ground and get that body ready for our next block. All right, Didi, we ready to warm up?
Right. You guys ready? Back to the beginning. We're hinging it over, coming into that alternating bent T-spine rotation. So it's similar to like when we're on the ground and that all fours and we do our T-spine rotation. It's not about moving the hips. Those stay facing forward. It's about moving through the thoracic or the mid-spine. There you go, guys. A little more than halfway through in this twist. We got just a little over 15 seconds, and then we'll take that knee to elbow. It's not about crunching through the abdominals. It's about bringing that leg up. Okay, knee to elbow. Hands come out and wide. We're going to twist through the torso as we bring it up. So again, it's not a crunch. Keep everything up and tall. A little more than halfway. We got 5 seconds, guys, and then we're going to take it into that standing star reach. Feet will go about twice, if not 3 times hip distance apart. We're going to extend it down towards the opposite toe. We can even reach that arm up, keeping those arms in that T the entire time. Let's begin. Keep those legs as straight as possible and those heels planted on the ground. Get the stretch through the back of the legs. How do we do that? Don't let that booty reach back, but keep those hips on top of the knees and get that stretch through the hamstring. Push that weight up into those toes, 15 seconds. It must be all about those hamstrings today and getting them warm for those deadlifts later. Toy soldiers, arms come out. We're going to kick the leg up. If it's too much on those shoulders, we can always bring the arms in, but think about driving out through the heel. Don't let yourself crunch. Always keeping the shoulders back and down, reaching those arms up. There you go, guys. We got just about 15 seconds, and we'll move into that pretend jump rope. Keep that back flat, belly button in. And jump rope. So again, little hops. We can take it side to side. Feeling super 90s today? You can always take it into a skip, more like a running man. I'm sorry, Amanda. Running with people. I suck with the jump rope. I suck even worse with the pretend one. Well, more than halfway through. "15 seconds. Come on, keep it up, guys. You got about 10 seconds. Feel that alternating power skip, driving that elbow up with that opposite knee, like we were Mario breaking a brick. Let's begin. Having trouble with that jump? You can always drive it here in a march with that elbow in. Don't think about going forward. Think about going straight up. Keep the belly button in and drive through that toe. Come on, heart rate's coming up. 30 seconds. Again, if that knee, hip, or ankle's driving you nuts, you can just drive here through the chest. Ten seconds. There you go, friends. We have just about 3 seconds left. 2, 1.
Clock is going to mimic some of that interval training that I know you are missing inside of our studio. A little bit of a unique format. It's Tabata style, which means 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest, and we have 6 different exercises. It's also a takeaway. So you're going to start by performing all 6 exercises in a row. Then every round after, you will take 1 exercise away, so the rounds will get shorter and shorter. Don't worry, you will earn a little bit longer recovery in between rounds. Let's get to the exercises, right? We're gonna start with a bicycle crunch. Coming down onto the mat, you're gonna start by anchoring that low back into the floor, and we're reaching your opposite shoulder to your opposite knee. So really focus on lifting through your shoulder rather than trying to get that elbow to your knee. Your option, you can bend your knees, keeping one heel on the ground at all times, and work through your range of motion. 20 seconds of work followed by 10 seconds of rest. Then we go right into exercise 2. Popping up off that mat, we're gonna take it into our high knees. Nice, powerful movements as you're driving that knee up to hip height. Pumping those arms at the same time, your option. You can slow it down a little bit, take it into that nice, powerful march. 10 seconds of rest after those 20 seconds of work, we're gonna be back down on the ground. All right, so high plank position, we've got our push-ups. Make sure your hands are just outside your chest, right underneath those shoulders. Feet are shoulder width apart, straight line from that ear down to that ankle, keeping that core tight. Your option here, you drop it down to your knees, but still keep that straight line. You guessed it, we're coming right back up during those 10 seconds of rest. So take it into our jumping jacks. Elevating that heart rate, we're gonna explode those feet out as you're raising those arms overhead. If we're not jumping today, your option is to step it out and step it back in. We've got 2 more exercises, so we're back down on the mat again. This is our atomic running man. Stack those shoulders directly over top of your hands again, back to that same push-up position, opposite knee to opposite elbow underneath that body. So nice, powerful motions here. Your option, you slow it down and you take 1 knee at a time. 1 more exercise in round number 1. We're standing back up, getting into our standing step position for a pop squat. Sit down heavy in those heels, just like you're sitting in a chair. Now, when you pop up, You're gonna land on your toes to the side and then land softly back in that squat as you are facing forward. Again, if we're not jumping today, step it out, step it back in, and drop into that squat. So this block, I know you're breathing hard right now, right? Gonna be 11 minutes long. You start with those 6 exercises in a row. Round 2, you drop off that pop squat. Round 3, you drop off that pop squat and the atomic running man. And we'll continue that pattern until you get all the way down to just doing that bicycle crunch. Let's get ready to burn.
And begin. Bicycles, you got 20 seconds of work, 10 seconds of recovery. Halfway. Five seconds. And relax. We're going to go ahead and stand it up. First tall one, guys, is those high knees. We're either popping on those toes or driving it up. We got 2. 1, begin. Again, we can take it into that powerful march, or we can drive through those knees. Come on, how high can you get those knees? 3, 2, 1. Relax. From here, we're going into those push-ups. So everybody back down to the ground. 2, 1, push-ups, 20 seconds. We need 2 from our knees. We'd like 2 from our toes. Come on. Keep it up, keep it up. You got 5 seconds. And relax, go ahead and stand it back up. Oh, nope, stay down, sorry, we got our atomic running people. Knees gonna come across the body, driving to that opposite elbow. In 2, 1, begin. Think a little washing machine through the torso. Somehow I got off on the timing somewhere. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, dokes. So, rest. It's okay. We'll catch it up on the flip side. We are going to do jumping jacks. Jumping jacks. Ignore the person in the picture. Jumping jacks. 20 seconds. More than halfway through. Next round, we'll do it in the right order. And relax. We got 10 seconds. Now we're going to take it into that pop squat. Sit it down in the squat. Jump and turn. Opposite direction, not jumping. We pivot and step. Begin. Halfway. And rest. We got 10 seconds. 10 seconds to breathe. Then we're going to go back to the beginning. We're with those bicycles, so we'll start down on the ground. And begin. Oh, I'm so sorry. They give us a big recovery. Breathe. 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 They didn't say they were going to build a recovery in there. Now we go. Bicycle crunches. Halfway. And relax. We're resting. Stand it up tall because we're going to take it into those high knees. Again, if we need to, we can just take it into a high march. Begin. Come on, halfway. 3, 2, 1. We rest. Push-ups. Push-ups are coming next. 5 seconds. And begin. We got 20 seconds of work. Come on. Halfway. 2, 1, relax. We're gonna stand it up. We got a jumping jacks and then atomic running man. Then we're finished round number 2. 3, 2, 1, jumping jacks. Come on, halfway. 2, 1, relax. We got 10 seconds. We're coming to our atomic running man. Knees gonna drive across the body. 2, 1, begin. Halfway. Keep those shoulders forward, don't run back. 3, 2, 1, and rest. So no more pop squat. They'll give us a longer rest. It'll be 20 seconds. Then we'll begin again with that bicycle. Okay, everybody back down to the ground. 2, 1, bicycles. Come on, team, we're almost there. And relax. Stand it up tall because we're gonna come to those high knees. 2, 1, begin. Come on, it's just 20 seconds. More than halfway, just about 5 seconds. Pick up that pace. And relax. Nice job, guys. Breathe. Big, deep ones. We're going on for the push-ups. 2, 1, begin. Halfway. 2, 1, and rest. We're gonna stand up tall. We got jumping jacks. Then we're back for the last round. Come on, you guys got this. 20 seconds of work. Halfway. 2, 1, breathe. We got 20 seconds here to recover. Then we have bicycles, high knees, and push-ups. See it, the last little bit. Come on, guys, we got about 5 seconds. Bicycles. Halfway. And rest. So exercise number 2 is those high knees. Come on, it's the last round. And begin. Second to last round. Come on, guys, we got this. And relax, beautiful. We're gonna take it down to the ground. We got push-ups. And begin. Come on, 10 seconds. And relax, we got 20 seconds. I lied, there's 5 rounds. But this time that means we're only doing bicycles and high knees. That's it. 40 seconds of work, and then we'll have to listen for a long time of them go through that discussion. You guys got about 5 seconds. Let's go. Team, you got 10 seconds. And relax, nice job. Stand it up, we got those high knees. Begin. Come on, halfway, pick up that pace. Rest, we got 20 seconds to rest, and we're gonna do 1 round of bicycles. That'll be the end of block number 1. Team, we got 5 seconds. This is it, last set of bicycles. Let's make them count. Begin. Five seconds. And done. Nice job. Block number 2, we're gonna talk about lower body.
Do it.
All right, this block is going to be endurance focus in relation to the rower. So thinking about utilizing those muscles that we would normally utilize on the rower during maybe that 1,000 or 2,000 meter benchmark row. First up, it's 10 minutes long. We have 3 exercises that we're gonna perform 4 rounds of, 12 reps of everything. Once we're done with those 4 rounds, we'll move on to 2 exercises to work through until time is called. You ready to get this party started?
Let's do it.
All right, so our first exercise is going to be a front-loaded squat, so grabbing 2 objects that weigh roughly the same amount in our standing set position, feet hip width apart, thighs tight, belly button to spine, shoulders are down and back. 2 objects in front of our shoulders. From here, we're going down heavy in our heels, getting our quads parallel to the ground, driving straight up as we reset up at the top. Option, we can always limit that range of motion. After that, we're going right into some deadlifts. So in that same standing set position, this time the 2 objects are right in front of our hips. We're gonna hinge at our hips, keeping our back nice and flat, scraping those 2 objects along our legs, and as we reset up at the top, really working that posterior chain. Option, limit your range of motion. Next exercise is going to be a hip hinge high row. So in that hinged position, back nice and flat, palms are faced behind. We're gonna bend our elbows out nice and wide, pinching our shoulder blades together, slow and controlled as we lower down and reset. Okay, those 3 exercises for 4 rounds. Once those 4 rounds are complete, we're gonna perform these next 2 exercises until time is called. First up is a jump squat. In that standing set position, we're going down heavy in our heels, quads parallel to the ground, exploding those feet up off the ground, just like you're exploding off the foot plates on the rower. After that, we are going right into a front-loaded lunge, grabbing a heavier object right in front of our chest. In that standing set position, we're stepping forward, bending that knee about 90 degrees as we reset back up at the top, alternating for a total of 12 reps for the last 2 exercises. Let's get this party started.
Okay. So like she said, 4 rounds of those first 3 exercises, 12 repetitions each. That hip hinge high row should be lighter than your deadlift. If you don't have weights to go ahead and change that up, that's okay as well. We get into those last 2, we'll talk about that lunge a little bit. There you go, guys. Remember on those front squats that we're keeping the chest up, the shoulders rolled back and down. It's like sitting there into a chair. Nice, Melissa. There you go, Emily. Good with the deadlift. So 12 is a lot of volume. Our goal is to think about endurance here, guys, as opposed to quickly sprinting through the exercise and then having to take big rests. Let's go ahead and work on constant movement. Nice job. Again, it's not a race to those final two exercises. Use control and use good form here in the first three. There you go, guys. Remember, if we're using something that's appropriate either in tempo or in weight, we should find our heart rate a little bit elevated, getting ourselves sweaty, even though we're not moving quick. A little more than halfway through. So without it even being really super obvious, these first three exercises are all core exercises as well. Keeping that core engaged when we're in the squat as opposed to reaching out with the duck butt, everything zipped up and in. Think about keeping that back flat on both that deadlifts and as well as that hinge fly. Sorry, that hinge row. Think about keeping that back straight. A little less than 4 minutes left in the block. Come on, rock stars, don't you quit. You're digging deep. And it's just about 3 minutes left in this block. Told you guys there's only 3 blocks total. Once we get through this one, we're coming to the home stretch. right, you got just about 2 minutes left in this block. Dig deep. Keep working. Again, once we get through 4 rounds of those first 3 exercises, move on to that jump squat as well as that front loaded lunge. Nice, Emily, nice. "90 seconds, guys." Almost there, friends, almost. Team, you got 30 seconds, and we're gonna have a big long break. You know how long that explanation takes. Keep moving through the entire 30 seconds. Don't stop now. Last 5 seconds. We're working on that lunge. Let's go and make sure we end in balance. 3, 2, 1. Shut it down.
We're going to start seated again on a towel, carpet, something soft so that we can pat ourselves underneath as we work through these exercises. And we've got a suitcase there. Ange, why don't you go ahead and grab that to add a little bit of a challenge. Holding that suitcase right at your chest, seated on the ground, feet are shoulder width apart, plant those heels nice and firm. We're going to roll ourselves down to the ground and then drive those heels in and sit all the way back up. So this is a full sit-up with a little bit of an added challenge, having that weight glued to your chest. Doing this for 15 total reps. Of course, as an option, you're going to come up just as high as you can, or you can always take that suitcase out of it. Our second exercise, actually, do you want to keep that challenge going? All right, let's do it. Let's keep it glued to our chest again, going right into a seated torso rotation. So leaning back just slightly.
You know, Russian twists.
Onto that suitcase at her chest, go ahead and start twisting to the side. There you go, rotating to that torso. Notice that our heels are staying nice and grounded, toes to the ceiling. Make sure we're breathing as we're going through that exercise. We've got 20 total here, 10 to each side. Again, your option, you can go ahead and set that suitcase down. We are done with those for right now. We're going to get into our high plank position. So go ahead and get your shoulders stacked directly over top of those wrists. Feet are going to be about hip width apart. Actually, take them just a little bit wider, Ange, so we can work through stabilizing those hips as we work through our pull through. That's perfect. So using that object next to you looks like your makeup bag. You're ready to go. So we're going to go ahead and use that to pull through underneath the body. So opposite hand reaches under, pulls through.
Remember, it's not a big movement. It isn't about what is moving. It's about what isn't moving. If you need to, think about squeezing between the shoulder blade, but not flying out with the arm.
Work through again, 20 total here, 10 to each side. Nice job. Our last exercise, you can actually go ahead and move your makeup bag to the side. We're laying all the way down, not taking a break just yet. Fingertips at your ears, elbows are going to be out to the side. We're working through a back extension. So feet are still hip width apart, toes are grounded, and then as you raise your back towards the ceiling, you're going to pause and then control it.
Okay, so understand that that girl has a lot of flexibility and strength in her spine. We may not lift up that high, but think about driving your toe down into the ground and driving your pelvis down into the ground. No arch with the booty up to the sky.
It's your turn for 2 rounds.
Let's go. We got 5 minutes to time. Your goal is to try to get 2 rounds through. At any point we need to let go of that weight, so be it. This is it, the last working block, guys. Don't use that weight to throw yourself forward. So 20 total twists, keeping the shoulders back and down. Lock the eyes on the weight. Don't let that head stay stationary. So 20 in total, or again, 10 to each side. It's not about a big movement. And if we are from our knees, that's totally fine. Just make sure you're not near all fours, but instead shifted forward into that plank. Keep up on those toes. Team, we're halfway through the block, just 2.5 minutes left to work. Again, on those back extensions, almost inappropriately pressing down with those hips. With that weighted sit up, don't let those heels come up off the ground. Keep the weight glued to the chest so we're not throwing the weight forward to pull ourselves up. Remember, when we do our sit up, think about leading with your chest, not with your chin. Think about driving chest straight to the ceiling and sit it up. Last minute, guys. Thirty seconds. Come on, guys, you got less than 15. Let's drive it all the way through. This is the last little effort. And done. Nice job, guys. Nice job. Round of applause for yourself. Round of applause for your neighbors. We're going to pause that out. We're gonna stop that share. We are gonna hang out. Let's go ahead and take a seat on the floor. Oh, before you sit down, if you have a foam roller somewhere in your life, go grab it and bring it back. If you don't have a foam roller, it's okay. I'm not gonna judge you. Just put it off to the side for the moment, Mary Beth. And find our all fours position. We're gonna exhale, arch the spine up, squeeze the nose towards the belly button. Imagine we had a hook around our abdominals, pulling us tall to the sky. Reverse it out, the shoulders roll back and down, the chest comes through the window of the arms. This should feel really good after all those crunches. Really press the shoulder blades back and down. Once more, exhale, arch it up. Let the head drop and hang heavy. Press through the palms of the hands so much we feel the armpits opening and relaxing. Release it out, the shoulders roll back and down, the chest comes through the window of the arms. Go ahead and find that neutral spine, swing those legs around and find that extended, or as we call it in yoga, staff pose. I know it's like green screen. I'm wearing black pants with the kind of black floor. I'm sorry. Toes pull back towards the nose. Inhale it up, long through the spine. Arms out like we're grabbing a rower handle and hinge it forward. So remember, it's not necessarily so much about getting ourselves over as it is about straightening through the legs. Not locking the knees, but think about pressing the back of the knees down to the ground and then squeezing the pinky toes towards your armpits. Big breath in. Exhale, let it go. Bend the right knee, bring that right foot to the inside of the left thigh, or we can take it to the outside. Hug that knee close, just enough so we can sit up tall, and exhale, wrap the elbow around, so that right hand comes behind. Keep active through the legs. The left heel reaches out. The belly button squeezes in through the spine to accommodate that right leg squeezing a little bit more towards the torso. And release it out, extend it out, a little bit of popcorn. Bend that left knee again, bring it to the foot or to the floor, or bring it out and across. Active lift through the ribs, right elbow around, left hand behind. So release it out. Go ahead and extend those legs long. If we do not have a foam roller, all eyes on me real quick, you're gonna just take it down onto your back. When we talk about those rolls and those relaxations, you're just gonna be here flat on the floor, no worries. If you have a foam roller, we're gonna go ahead, if you're visual, watch what's gonna happen. First, you take your foam roller, I know mine is slightly giant. We're gonna lift our hips up. We are going to put it on, not truly on our lower back. Think about just beneath the crest of our hips. So it's not on our spine, it's on the top flat part of our hips. So wherever we are on the foam roller or not, go ahead and put those arms out, bring the knees into the chest. We are going to extend the legs long to the sky. Just the left leg, go ahead and bring it out and open. Keep that right leg up. Start to feel that on that outside of the left hip. If we need to, we can bend the left knee. If we need to, we can even bend the right knee, but keep the leg reaching to the sky. Go ahead and bring that left leg in. Right leg's turn. Feel the stretch, the opening through the inside of the thigh. Feel that pressure slightly, ever so slightly, on that hip bone. Woo. Bring it back through midline. Go ahead and tap the toes down to the ground, press the heels with it. Now we're just gonna windshield wiper the legs, whether you're on the ground or on the foam roller. Drop both knees over to the right hand side. With that foam roller, we should be able to feel pressure through the back of the hip. You may have to roll down or roll up ever so slightly. Find that point that sings to you. Go ahead and bring it back through midline and take both knees over to the left. So again, we may have to roll up, we may have to roll down, we may have to roll even farther to that left-hand side to really find that point that starts to sing. We're gonna go ahead and bring it up. We're gonna roll it ever so slightly farther down on the bootay. Again, if you're on the floor, that's totally fine. Just stay where you are. Hands come onto the roller for grip. If your roller's short, that's totally okay. And all we're gonna do is rock it from side to side, left to right, right to left. You should feel a point towards the outside of the hips where you wanna scream and run away from the foam roller. So remember, foam rolling can be used as trigger point therapy, not just to roll back and forth, but to hold it stationary. Next time those legs come to the right hand side, go ahead and keep